Will you follow me when the sky starts to change? Yeah, we won't be afraid. We'll never be the same again.
With anime in our souls and thoughts of wrestling out of control, we are a group of weebs who love the entertainment of professional wrestling. So allow us to be the voices inside of your head as we go through the wrestling events of the evening, give our thoughts and predictions on what's to come, and provide an experience inclusive to all you nerds out there. So grab your steel chair, yell for the table, and get put through an experience unlike any other. Brought to you, of course, by AniMa W3 Studios. This is the Weebs of the Ring podcast. Happy Friday to everyone. Hopefully your week has gone on relatively smooth. If not, sorry about that. Hey, we had a Nintendo Direct earlier today. We had some great announcements from that, but that's Nintendo and all that. That's kind of the stuff that me and Drop are talking about before we started the show. We're here to talk about the wrestling, though. We're here to talk about SmackDown, the leading into Wrestlepalooza, and Not gonna lie, folks, not a lot of storyline progression, but we had some banger matches to kind of talk about here tonight. So we're gonna get into it here in just a second. Of course, as always, welcome to our returning viewers, our returning listeners. Thank you guys for joining us. As always, make sure to find your assigned seating wherever you put that thing. You know, we gave you the placard to put your seat down. You know where it is. Go ahead and have a seat. But of course, if you're new around these parts, who are we exactly? Well, of course, I am one of your co-hosts, your reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Watkins here, helping to guide us through the evening when it comes to the professional wrestling. And of course, never alone in this endeavor. Usually there's two guys here, and I am joined by one of those two guys because, hey, Vash decided that he was going to help The Rock get ready for his big WrestleMania main event in a couple years at Saudi Arabia, which that's a whole chestnut to kind of crack right there. But with him not here, I have always joined by the genius of the mat himself. Drop this box. He's going to help us process all these stories that are going on, whether there's a lot of them or none of them. He's going to help us regardless. But Drop, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I would have to agree with you with what you stated earlier when it comes to SmackDown, because I don't know if it was just me. I don't know if it was just the pacing of the show or whatever the case may be, but it kind of felt like the show was like dragging a little bit tonight, because I felt like when I was watching the show, I felt like we should have been at like 9 o'clock, 9:10, 9:15-ish. And it was still like 8:40, 8:48 when I was looking at my clock on the TV, and I was like, okay, you know, what's going on here? Because it's like I want to talk about a lot more on here, but the funny thing is, it's more questions really when you talk about the current status of everything that's going on. You come into this show expecting something out of it. You don't really get anything in return. Some things like feel flat. There really isn't that much substance to it, but we're gonna try our best to see what we can come up with in terms of conversation tonight, because I mean, there really wasn't much. I mean, like Watkins said, you know, you got good matches to talk about, but like outside of that, I mean, there really wasn't any progression with anything else.
Yeah, it wasn't really balanced too well tonight when it comes to, you know, the in-ring action compared to the storyline progression with a lot of stories that are going on right now. So, you know, let's just kind of dive right in. So our headline story has everything to do with the WWE title picture, because Cody Rhodes hasn't been around for a while because Drew McIntyre took him out, and of course Randy Orton took offense to this, and so they ended up having a war of words the past couple weeks, kind of came to blows a little bit, led to this main event match between Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton, which took up a good chunk of the final hour. Like I think Drew started coming out around like the half hour mark, a little bit before that, and I think so yeah, this match definitely got some time, and really I'm glad they did, because this is, again, like I said earlier, one of those banger matches we got tonight. These two really laid it on each, highlighting that these two guys are looking to inflict pain upon each other. So really like the match for that aspect alone. And the whole match, Drew is just targeting the knee of Randy Orton. He even hits a figure 4 leg lock, keeps chop blocking him and all that. And of course, Randy tries to come back a little bit, but there's only so much you can do with a bad knee. And the closing stages of this match, I have one big question: why is the ref trying to stop a wrestler from doing a simple move like the punt kick? You know, I don't think anybody's really stated that that move is banned or anything, but I don't understand why the ref was getting in Randy's way or anything, but whatever. That's besides the point. With that distraction, with that ref interference, Drew's able to hit the Claymore and win the match. So yeah, the right person won. And when Drew tries to kind of finish Randy the same way he finished Cody, out comes Cody, who comes out for the save to save his old mentor Randy Orton and chase Drew off and challenge him to a match at Wrestlepalooza, as Cody liked to say. Again, match hit. It was really good. I questioned that ref spot at the end with the punt kick, and it's just good to see Cody back. He's done with his Street Fighter stuff and all that. So Drop, what'd you think of all this going down, like especially with like Cody returning, the Drew Orton match and all that? And do you share the same sentiments I do about the ref spot there at the end?
Yeah, I'm really wondering like when they're gonna pull this thing off with Randy Orton when it comes to the punt kick, because he's been teasing this ever since he came back at Saturday Night's Main Event when he was targeting, I think it was Saturday Night's Main Event, right? No, it must have been something else. It was like Elimination Chamber, I believe. Yeah, like ever since he came back.
I want to say then, yeah.
Yeah, so like towards the end of him and Sami's match of like Kevin Owens and Sami, ever since that very moment, he's been teasing that punt kick over and over again. And I'm really wondering, like, you know, where it's going to take off. And obviously, you know, with the ref bump and everything, it just seems like really odd because it's like you're preventing him from doing this. Like, I get it. Maybe it is a banned spot because they only hit the pile driver every once in a blue moon now. They don't really do it all the time. I think the last time we really saw it was Cody Rhodes when he went up against John Cena at SummerSlam. So it's like, I don't know if it was like one of those things where it's like they know about it or they know who Randy is when he gets into that mood and he really wants to finish everybody off. But I'm really wondering exactly like when they're going to pull the trigger with that. So that definitely was a spot that like caught my attention. And the match itself, you know, it was a hard hitting match. This is Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre we're talking about. So obviously I didn't expect anything different from them. And then yeah, we had Cody Rhodes return as soon as he was about to finish him off the same way as Cody did, like he said, and he issued the challenge at Wrestlepalooza. So there is a couple of good things that came out of here. I thought the match was good, so it was worth a main event spot for the show. I am happy that Cody is back because you can definitely feel his absence. It definitely feels a little odd with him not being there, but he's, you know, done with it. Seems like he's done with the Street Fighter stuff, and obviously took some time off because he brought a new child into the world, so he probably wanted to spend some time with Brandy and everything, which is understandable. I would probably end up doing the same thing. My only issue with this really is I wanted there to be more substance here in terms of like, you know, more back and forth with Cody Rhodes and Drew. Like, I get why they did it initially to write them off so you can obviously do all those other things behind scenes, since that's typically a thing that they do whenever somebody's gonna be going out for a little bit. They, you know, finish them off and then they have them return like, you know, a couple months or so later, whatever the case may be. But I just wanted like a little bit more there. I definitely don't think this is like a one and done match. I definitely feel like we're going to be getting more with the food, like moving forward, like past Wrestlepalooza, leading into the other pay-per-view that's coming up next. I could definitely see him and Cody continuing their feud because, I mean, Cody just won that title from John. He hasn't really started any other new feuds out there. So Drew McIntyre would be the ideal one if they were to extend it further, given the history that they have with one another. You could really pull a lot of things out of there to make it a really intriguing story. But yeah, so at least to me, it seems like there's like what, 5 or 6 matches on the Wrestlepalooza card now that you have Cody involved, which I guess it makes sense. At the end of the day, he is one of their top stars and everything. First ESPN show, obviously they want to make it special. But yeah, that's just the main thing, really. I just kind of wanted more with their build. I get why they did it to write him off, but I don't know. I just wanted a little more. It doesn't really make sense to do it now with Cody coming back, but I kind of wish that was in the cards, or he was saying things with Cody when he's not here, which he has. But then you got into the whole Randy things, and then they focused on one another. But
yeah, because Randy kind of carried the Cody side of this whole feud and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of with you. I hope this isn't a one and done thing at Wrestlepalooza. I hope we do kind of carry on to the next event, like in October or something with this. But I mean, if we had one more week, I think, for the build for Wrestlepalooza, I could probably let this slide. But yeah, next week's going to be the go home SmackDown for it.
Yeah.
You're going to have a promo segment with the two guys, and that's pretty much it. They'll probably come to blows then, but yeah, there's not much. And I mean, these two can really get into each other when it comes to like on the mic and all that, because both of those guys like went through similar stories, like leaving the company, making a name for themselves outside of the company, like big names too for each other, and then coming back and building themselves to that main event status. I mean, even commentary tonight, which shout out to commentary, we had Vic Joseph and Booker T on commentary tonight, which, God, I do like their stuff sometimes in NXT, especially when, you know, I do catch NXT or, you know, during the big takeover events for NXT. But tonight, I thought both of them were really on it when it comes to commentary. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I always enjoy somebody with like Vic Joseph's cadence and his voice as well. I think he really sells the sports aspect of like a professional wrestling and all that. And I mean, Booker T, I love Booker T's rambling sometimes, but tonight though, he was on it because he was making some good points about like how Randy, there was a point where he mentioned, you know, Randy had evolution going into like as he was growing into the star that he is, and Drew really didn't have anybody. I mean, he had the backing of Vince McMahon, which is what it is and all that. He had 3MB. He did team with Cody for a little bit, you know, so he had a little bit, but nothing to the power that was evolution for Randy Orton. I mean, the names there alone, Ric Flair, Triple H, Batista was alongside Randy Orton too. So it's like Randy had all the tools to become great. Drew McIntyre basically had to scrap for all those. So I'm glad they kind of went with that story for this match, to kind of go forward with it. And yeah, just shout outs to both of them. I mean, they're, especially Vic Joseph, I can't wait for him to be a mainstay on the main roster, because again, it's just his voice, his cadence really does wonders for the product. And really, like, it kind of made tonight a little better, especially when it came to the matches and all that. Like, their calls were pretty dang good. And yeah, just more of them. And I mean, I guess that mainly means that I should probably watch NXT more, but you know, that just comes with timing and all that. So
Yeah.
I'll probably just save those still for the big events. But yeah, I mean, again, banger match. I wish we got more with Cody and Drew, but I mean, we'll get more next week, I guess, when it comes to like a promo segment. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll get some stuff on social media, but I mean, the match is going to slap. Like, both of these guys are great workers, so I'm really looking forward to the match at Wrestlepalooza.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So, I mean, not much to say. Good selling for Randy Orton as well during the match. Again, just both of them really pulling out some big power moves on each other, especially with somebody like Drew. Like, but I mean, both guys are kind of dense guys when you look at them, like body wise. So, you know, to see Randy for instance, pull out his power slam on a guy like Drew is not only just impressive, but it looks really good too, and really just with lack of a better word, it looks thick. You know, again, this is that Big E match right here, where it's big meaty men bumping meat, especially with current Randy Orton. So yeah, just a good solid match, good PLE worthy match too, as I think Vic Joseph said on commentary. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have anything more to say, because again, like, they didn't really do too much to build for the match at Wrestlepalooza other than Cody's back and he challenged Drew.
Yeah. I think you brought up a good segue point when it comes to not doing much.
Oh boy, yeah, because now we're gonna go to our mid-card stories, guys. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ignorant children of the Isles, I've got a little special something I'm going to do. This is how we're going to start this segment because, you know, something happened when Brock Lesnar started the night. First of all, Brock Lesnar started the night. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, that he started the night. But, you know, it gave me some inspiration for a little bit here. And apologies for my wonderful guitar skills. It's been a few years since I picked up the guitar, but I got a little inspiration out of what happened. So here's how I describe this opening segment between Brock Lesnar and John Cena's brother, R-Truth. Let me make sure this thing's tuned. Ah, yes. Tell me if you guys recognize this song. Or hold on. Let me make sure my fingers are right. All right, good enough for my fat fingers. All right, when R-Truth came around just to put him down, Brock Lesnar turned into a clown. And no girl ever wants to dance with a fool who went and ripped his pants. Oh, that's right, everybody. Oh, that's right. Make fun of my wonderful, awesome, horrible guitar skills because it's been 10 years since I picked it up. So yeah, fat fingers, horrible calluses. Yeah, that's right. Brock Lesnar came out. He's looking for John Cena. Out comes Ron Cena, also known as R-Truth, to be like, hey, John Cena's not here. I'm here to defend him. He's my brother. And we had that bit of back and forth for a few minutes until Brock Lesnar got mad, F5'd R-Truth, ripped his pants, had a little fun with it, and then left. So here's the thing with this segment. It was fun. It was a fun segment. Like, in itself, very fun, kind of funny and all that, because, you know, R-Truth is a funny guy. Brock Lesnar, he is a good straight man and all that. So, like, the segment itself was fun. Like, in a little bottle, fun, funny, all that stuff. But what you put it into the context of what this is building for with, like, Lesnar and Cena, this did nothing. Like, Brock didn't explain why he attacked Cena. Commentary did, because freaking you kept having Vic Joseph for like 5 times saying, "Oh, Brock is looking to end John Cena's retirement tour early." Blah blah blah. Okay, cool, neat. Wish Brock would say that, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna play narrator here. All right, cool, neat, awesome. That's basically it. Like, this is your main event for Wrestlepalooza, mind you. Like, not Vic Joseph, freaking Joe Tessitore was on ESPN and stated that this was the main event for Wrestlepalooza, and your build for it was this and a video package, which the video package we got later on was really good. Like, it showed both of Cena and Brock's history going through OVW, going into the main roster in 2002, and like how they both went up from like Brock basically being pushed to the stratosphere and Cena kind of needing to claw his way up, ending when Brock returned in 2012. So, you know, next week we're going to get the second half of this big old video package. And yeah, like, as well produced as that is and all that, it still would have been nice to have Lesnar say something more, you know, instead of going back and forth with R-Truth. Again, funny segment, great on its own, but when you put it in the context of what it's building towards, it really didn't do anything. And if I'm being honest, kind of expecting Lesnar to show up on Monday.
Yeah, he's gonna have to at this point, because I mean, it's like I put in the title of the stream itself, still no explanation on Brock Lesnar's attack, because one of the things I was looking forward to coming into this episode of SmackDown, and when I say looking forward to, I don't mean the match itself, because, you know, the match is whatever to me at this point. It's basically one of those things where it's like, all right, you already got us there. I want to see exactly what the reason was to get us there. Like, it was being advertised that Brock Lesnar was coming onto the show, so I expected him to sit there for a little bit and explain exactly why he did what he did, so we can get a better understanding of exactly what that may be. Because this is the same issue I had when him and Cody were feuding after Cody lost to Roman the first time after WrestleMania 39, where he just attacked Cody out of the blue, and we never got an explanation there. And we got like 3 matches out of these guys. Cody won one, Brock won one, and then Cody won the last. So it's like, I just want to know, like, what's going on here? I mean, we get it, you're attacking him, but it's like, you got to give us like a better understanding of exactly why things are being done the way they are, because I would hate for everything involving R-Truth, because when he came back, we expected him to be this more serious character. Now that he has that common sense, I was still expecting Ron Killings to, you know, come out and be like a little serious with him and everything. But it was more like jokes and everything, like they were masking the situation, so people didn't really pay any mind to it, and they were just able to do what they needed to do in order to, you know, push the story forward, which again, we don't know exactly what the story is, given how they're currently advertising everything right now.
Yeah. And like, see, that just kind of ties into my point with how commentary is the one to tell us this story, how they're the ones to like push the narrative. And it's like, I appreciate at least commentary doing their job. You know, I thank you for doing your job. But the thing is, it's really Brock's job to do that. He should be the one to be like, this is my reasons why, not commentary being like, oh, this is why Brock's doing it. Because what if you guys are wrong? You guys are just sounding like you're assuming what's going on. And I'd rather just hear that from the horse's mouth itself, or I guess the beast incarnate's mouth, where it's just like, I'm doing this for this reason. Instead, his only thing tonight about John Cena was, where's John Cena? And he was confused that I guess he forgot who Ron Killings is, or R-Truth and all that, which, God, that was the one part of the bit that I wasn't a fan of. I saw a tweet earlier about this, how like this felt like an SNL skit where the normal SNL actor is kind of carrying the skit for the guest for that week and all that. So it's like, oh, okay, you know what? I can kind of see that. I can kind of see that logic there. But yeah, it's just, again, I wish it came out of Brock's mouth. Like, and yeah, pause, whatever with that comments and all that. I I just wish the explanation came from him instead of commentary. That's my biggest thing with it. And I guess I mean, I'll say this too, like when it comes to R-Truth as well, I mean, as much as I know people wanted serious R-Truth, that's not, I feel like that's not the reason people wanted Truth back, because Truth is somebody who, I mean, he's the comedic character. He's the guy that's like gonna make you laugh, gonna make you smile, and all that. And like, as great as it would be to have that serious R-Truth, that's not like, I feel like it would have a ceiling, especially in this day and age, because like a lot of people like just how do I explain this? It's like, I feel like he would get lost in the shuffle as a serious wrestler. He would, because that's the thing with comedic R-Truth, he at least has an identity of, hey, he's oblivious to things. He's, you know, he gets confused easily and all that. If he got serious, or at least became a serious character, I feel like, yeah, he would get lost in the shuffle a bit, because he would kind of start sounding like everybody else, you know. And at least when he was starting to get serious, there was a little bit of the craziness there, and they had something going, but they ended up dropping it. And I guess they're going to give that to Bailey now with the whole split personality thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's just where I'm at when it comes to R-Truth, at least, because I can see why, but again, that's just, yeah, that's just how that is.
Yeah.
But like, nothing, again, and I know I sound like a broken record with this, but I feel like I have to keep saying it. The segment was fun. Yes, it was fun. It was funny. I enjoyed it. But when you look at it objectively, when you look at it for pushing a story, it did absolutely nothing. You know, the video package they made did more than Brock Lesnar being
Yeah.
there.
I agree. They put a lot of effort in that video package. It's almost like maybe if we
Mhm.
just watched that, that's honestly all we really needed.
Yeah. And again, I like what they did with it, where they showed both of their rises. You know, they both premiered on the main roster in 2002. Both of them had really different rises to the top and all that, where Brock, like, he was pushed there. He basically took it over. And with Cena, he had to win over the people and all that. But I think one other thing I want to highlight from all this, there was a line that R-Truth said where he was basically bigging up Super Cena, being like, yeah, Super Cena is going to devour the beast and like things like that. I'm like, oh, that's kind of a hard line. That was a good one, R-Truth. So at least R-Truth's helping carry it for John tonight. But I'm expecting Brock to show up on Monday.
Oh yeah, especially since it's going to be John Cena's Raw appearance. It makes a lot of sense for him to be there since he is trying to track him down.
Yeah, and then one last thing before we move on to, I did mention this in our Discord, where I had a theory about how this match could go down. I don't know a winner yet. I don't know that part, but I have a feeling, because this whole thing with like John's retirement tour, and especially lately when he's turned face again, a lot of it has been like paying homage to a lot of things, like people that he used to feud with and all that, people that he had programs with, or just like kind of revisiting certain things. I have a feeling this is going to be very reminiscent of 2014 SummerSlam, where Suplex City was born.
Yeah, it could very well be something like that. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess this might kind of spoil the finish, or like spoil my prediction with it. John, like it the same thing might happen again, but John might end up coming out on top this time instead of getting his ass handed to him after 14 suplexes and X amount of F5s that he got in that match.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I mean, again, sorry, folks, that WWE didn't really give us much to like grasp on to talk about, but like, I'm sorry, not sorry, I guess. So let's move on to some like two other banger matches we had. The first one being this U.S. Open title challenge that Sami Zayn is putting on. And I kind of wish we were doing the thing where like he would go out to the ring first and be like, all right, who's my challenger and all that. But like, it seems like he's getting told like the day of who his challenger is.
Yeah.
And his challenger is Rey Fenix. And as my notes say here, no notes, this was a banger match. Like, these two put on one hell of a contest. Like, if it's not match of the month, dare I say, there's a potential to put this at match of the year quality, at least when it comes with WWE. Like they really knocked it out of the park with this one. I mean, there was a bunch of good counters from this. These guys had great chemistry with each other. There was at one point like the part where Sami catches Rey Fenix and hits him with a blue thunder bomb. The kick out from that. Oh my God. Like I thought he was actually going to win with a blue thunder bomb for once. It was that close. And just like the way Sami sells those moves from Rey Fenix, the way man, it was just so good. Like I could go blow for this, but really, guys and girls, I really want you guys to check this out. Take the time out of your day to watch this. Like, there was one moment, and this was during the commercial break, so I was watching on a VPN and all that. There was one where Sami went to the top rope and he jumped down. I think he was trying to do a crossbody or like a flying nothing or whatever. But Rey Fenix hit him with a super kick. I thought Sami's head was about to come off.
That's what I thought. That was like, that was pretty crazy to see like up close and personal like that.
And then there was like a double stomp from the turnbuckle. There was a great Hurricane Rana spot when Sami tried to go for one of his Aluva kicks. Like, I don't know, man. Like, this was just a really good match. And this is what I want out of an open challenge like this. Like, especially from Sami Zayn. Like, yeah, give me more of this. Please. Please. But what do you think of this match, Drop?
I honestly thought this was a great match. It was something that I was expecting to see, especially when it comes to the competitors involved. So I was really happy things headed down that direction. That made me really happy to see things turn out in that manner. Because
yeah,
I mean,
same here. And I mean, oh yeah, go
you
ahead.
want to make the U.S. title feel special. I mean, hey, this is exactly one way to do it.
Exactly. You know, you want to make the United States Championship special. You know, you want to make it feel important and prestigious and all that stuff. And what better way than just to have like a weekly open challenge? We know who the next challenger is in Carmelo Hayes, which, yes, please, he's more than deserves a shot.
Yeah, hopefully he makes it this time, unless Miz decides different.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You have the Miz in there. You have, I mean, we got a promo segment with Solo Sikoa saying he's coming back for the U.S. title, which that's the other thing. We got like no MFT stuff tonight.
Oh,
like
seen it in a while.
No Solo. Yeah, like it's been a hot minute. Yeah, he wasn't even there last week, was he?
No,
none of them were. Like him. Hikuleo, like, oh my God, Jacob Fatu hasn't even been on.
Oh, dark match tonight with Rusev.
He had a what?
A dark match at Rusev tonight, Jacob Fatu.
Oh, why would you put that as a dark match? I should have gone. This was only a few hours away from me. I could have gone. I could have spent that money, but nah, I'm trying to save my money for that Washington D.C. retirement match.
Oh yeah.
God, if I'm able to get a ticket for that, holy shnikes, people. Holy shnikes. That's gonna be a night to remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like it looks like the US title is gonna be getting some good challengers here. When do you expect Solo to answer an open challenge, or do you see him just like beating down Sami and they just do a program and all that?
Either or, really, just judging on their criteria before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I honestly, I kind of hope Sami wins. At least for me, I would like him to keep this open challenge thing and eventually to a point where he loses it. Like, I mean, especially tonight with this Rey Fenix match, he could have lost it at a couple moments. And honestly, I would have been fine with it. But at the same time, it's like, all right, well, it's too early in this little run of Sami's. He should not drop the title. But at the same time, man, it would have been great to have Rey Fenix as a champion right now.
Oh, yeah. That would have been freaking awesome if that happened.
Oh, yeah. But I highly recommend, like, again, could go blow for blow for this. I really could, but it's just, I'd be doing the match a disservice. I feel like, you know, so highly recommend going out to watch this. I have a feeling this is one of those ones where WWE would put the full match up on their YouTube for anybody to watch. So highly recommend, if not the WWE route, definitely check it out, you know, during the when the episode's out for streaming and all that. So from one banger match to another, we had the women's title on the line. Tiffany Stratton defending against Jade Cargill. And I mean, again, another banger match. If anything, I feel like this was better than their SummerSlam match.
By a long shot.
At least from. Oh my gosh, yes. Like it felt like both women were in there. Like they felt more comfortable being in there. And dare I say, this might be the best Tiffany's looked all year. You know, I mean, she had the match with Charlotte at Mania, the first one with Jade, the feud with Nia Jax and all that, which we'll get to Nia Jax here in just a second, folks. But Yeah, her and Jade have good chemistry right here. Like, and especially this match too. Like, you had Tiffany just countering a lot of Jade's early offense, Jade hitting those power moves and all that, like trying to get Tiffy down, going for the first cover, mind you, and it being a 2 count.
Huh.
And just like you could feel the desperation of Jade in the match and all that, trying to like finish Tiffy off, and especially staying away from the ropes and all that. And man, just it was just really good. Both women looked really good. It was early on where Tiffany hit, like she got some air on this move where like she was lifted up, but she ended up hitting a drop kick onto Jade. Like Tiffany got some freaking air in that time. Like I don't know, man. This was just a really, like, again, just like the Sami Ray Phoenix match, like this one was a really good contest, and I highly recommend looking up this one too, because both women I feel like showed out here. And again, kudos to Tiffany too. I thought she really did good in this one, and again, you can really feel the battle between the two. And yeah, the match ends in this is the unfortunate part. It ends in a double count out, so we don't get a definitive winner. So it's like, okay, a rematch is bound to happen now since they both drew and all that. Unfortunately, gets ruined because we got to throw Nia Jax into this for some reason. She comes out, beats up both contestants, and standing tall and all that. Like, I don't get why we have to throw Nia Jax in this. Like, why do we have to do this at all? There's a mid-card title that she could go for right now instead of that Michin Vortex. But why do we have to keep going under this Nia Jax Vortex? Again, Jade's beaten her on a couple occasions.
Tiffany has.
Tiffany has on a couple occasions. Why? Just why? And like, I made sure to make it a point. I brought up the SmackDown roster, and like, I'm looking at it, and really, and you could say this about Raw too. WWE really needs to like do something with like at least the numbers of their women's division, because like just looking at the SmackDown roster, it's very bare bones, man. Like, there's barely a tag division for one, barely a mid-card division. Like, well, I guess the mid-card division's even more. Like, really, the only woman... Yeah, there's 2 women that aren't really doing anything right now. There's Candice LeRae and wherever the hell Zelina went.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I feel like I've rambled on too much. What did you think of the match? What did you think of just like the Nia Jax beatdown afterwards, and just I guess the overall state of just SmackDown's women's division?
So I thought the match was pretty good because, I mean, I would probably have to agree with you in terms of how this match is probably a lot better than their SummerSlam one, because their SummerSlam one I couldn't really take as seriously. Like, I thought there was going to be more out of that, but we didn't really get as much. And we ended up seeing them have a match tonight, and they ended up, pulling a lot of nice spots within the match itself. So I would have to say that, it was, I mean, I'd be kidding if I was telling you that I wasn't rooting for Tiffany here. Because I don't really know if Jade's ready for a title yet. Nothing against her. I just don't know if it makes sense or anything. I mean, there isn't any game plan with the women's title on SmackDown, especially when it comes to not only like the world championship, but the mid-card title as well. But that's a story for another day when it comes to the world champion. When it comes to what else I mentioned. I apologize, guys. I am a little tired today. I had a long day and everything. So can't really think straight, trying to
Nah, you're fine.
Push myself as much as I can. But yeah, I thought it was a good performance overall in terms of Tiffany and Jade part 2 for sure. Definitely a lot of landings within this match that got me a little worried, especially when Tiffany was going for that moonsault outside of the ring. Like, the way that she landed and everything was pretty scary. So I'm hoping everything's all right with her. Nothing happened. And yeah, I would have to agree with you. Like, the whole thing with like Nia Jax, like coming out and attacking Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton wanting another title opportunity, which I can understand if we haven't done it before, but we have done it. So it's kind of like, okay, is this her only direction for creative? Is there anybody else that you could insert into the picture, make them look like a, legit threat for her and everything? But yeah, that definitely, like, it was just very off-putting, because it's like, what's the point of like fighting Tiffany for the title still, because she's done it like so many times at this point. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it just
Like we literally started the year with Tiffany and Nia. Like that was part of the build to WrestleMania. You know, we had Tiffany and Trish versus Nia and Candice.
Yeah, I remember that.
I just I don't know, man. Like why do we have to keep going down this Nia Jax vortex? Like, just move her to Raw. Please move her to Raw. At least that'll give her something new. And bring some of those Raw girls to SmackDown. Because, again, SmackDown, and I mean, even Raw, too, at some points, like, it just feels so bare bones. It feels like they really need to, like, boost at least the numbers. Like, at least have more women up there. She was still ready to come back and all that. You know? Like,
yeah,
Shotzi. You know, like, say what you want about these women. Literally, there's 5 I just mentioned. At least 3 of them could be on SmackDown and be within this title pool and all that. But no, we can't even do that. So, yeah. I don't understand why, like, with this story with Jade and Tiffany, why we have to inject Nia Jax into it. We really, it doesn't need her in it, unless you're going to use her as the catalyst for, like, let's say Jade pins Nia in this inevitable triple threat match. Like, okay, you're going to really do that little thing where it's like, okay, you technically didn't pin me, Jade, and all that. And then Jade gets a win, but then there's still the rubber match that they need to have and all that. Like, I don't know if that's going to be the route they go down, hopefully. But I mean, yeah, I mean, hopefully not. Because again, I'm tired of Nia Jax being in the title picture, or at least the main title picture.
Yeah, it's getting really repetitive, because I don't really understand why she's always like that glass you break open for an emergency whenever you want to get something done. Yeah. Because it does look like it's building to a triple threat. I don't personally want to see it. I just think it's so overdone. There's not really anything much to say between her and Tiffany anymore. They pretty much got all of it out of the way to begin with. So, I don't know, it just feels like really off, like when she came out there, and I didn't really care much about it.
Yeah, I just didn't care at all. If anything, I rolled my eyes and picked up my guitar to try to practice that little ditty I tried to do earlier. So it's just like, oh, great. Nia Jax is already out here. All right. So how did that chord progression go again? That was a C and all that, like all that shit. So it's like, God damn. At least you gave me a little bit more practice time to, be cringe on this live stream and all that, folks. But yeah, I mean, I don't know when this triple threat's going to happen. They could always rush it for Wrestlepalooza, but I would rather it not.
Yeah.
But I mean, hell, if they do rush it, then at least it's over with.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, just look up the match, guys. The match was good. The match was really good, I thought. I mean, say what you want to about Jade being green and all that. I thought she looked really good. I thought she held her own in this match and was really able to, like, show herself.
Yeah, she was definitely able to showcase a lot more in this match itself. So that's something I can appreciate.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sorry, folks, just with all that, because a lot of other women kind of deserve the spot. I mean, I saw something earlier about freaking Jordan Grace coming in Raw. So like, oh, but they also don't want to yet. It's just like if that's the case, make up your damn minds.
I know,
like,
bring her to SmackDown.
Figure out what you're gonna.
Have her work with the U.S. title for a bit before she goes after her main title. You could even have her first feud be Nia Jax, showing how, I mean, honestly, there's already the building ground for that, if I'm not mistaken. Then they have like a run-in the Royal Rumble.
I think so.
If I'm not mistaken.
I think they did.
I think.
I don't remember. I'd have to go back to the Royal Rumble because again,
but it's like, but that's the easy way to showcase her strength and everything, and how far she's willing to go. So I mean, there's a lot of ideas out there. You just need to really sit down and figure out exactly what you want to do there. But
yeah, yeah, it's just we just want more. That's all we want. It's just like, I mean, not to go on the further tangent again with it, but I mean, it's just like when you look at AEW and all these freaking all-star tag team matches they keep doing, or like this 500 grand, five on five tag team matches. It's like, how many times do we have to freaking do this?
Yeah.
For any storyline to keep going or any progression to go. It's like nothing against match quality at all. It's just like, why do we have to keep doing this over and over and over again? Just do something different, man. That's all we want.
Yeah.
And like literally, if Nia did not come out tonight, I would have been fine. Yeah, it would have sucked to be like, okay.
I didn't like the double count
out
finish.
I
didn't like that finish.
Yeah, but at least with that, it at least adds to their story and all that. You didn't need to add Nia to all this.
No,
you know,
nope.
Like I could at least stomach the double count out. I could at least stomach that. But man, just I don't know, man. Just as a consumer, just not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. So we're going to move on now. This is probably the most stacked our quickfire segments has been because a lot of this stuff was just really quick. So just kind of go through it really quick. Julia and BFAB were supposed to have a match because Julia and Kiana James were talking smack before, like in the back and all that, and BFAB was like, "Oh, I'm dealing with the Street Profits drama, but if you guys want to throw down, we'll throw down." Match doesn't even happen. There's a pre-match beatdown, and then Michin comes out for the save. So I'm expecting a tag team match next week. Holla holla, playa, just like Teddy Long would do and all that. So. Not only that, we don't even get our tag team champions on the show. We just get a backstage vignette with the Wyatts, who feel sorry for the Street Profits, who are going through some drama and all that, which I got words about this drama after I go through these quickfire segments. Aleister Black tells Priest he is the sickness and the cure, and keeps kind of goading Priest to quote unquote awaken the beast, trying to get Priest to like show out a little bit more. And of course, Chelsea and Alba Fire want tag team title shots. They end up getting them after Alexa and Charlotte defend them on Tuesday, which you kind of got the finish of that match spoiled for us, because whoever wins that match on Tuesday faces Chelsea and Alba.
Yeah, so you already know.
Cool, neat, awesome.
You already know they're losing that one.
And yeah, exactly. So it's just like, all right, great, cool, perfect. The most I have to say about these quickfire segments is mainly the tag team things, and it's really just the thing of like, stop telling me this is happening and show me more that it's happening. Like, show me the Street Profits with this miscommunication, this drama that they're having. Yeah, they haven't won the tag titles. They just lost them not too recently. And plus, like, there's been this hot potato when it comes to like the WWE tag team titles. Fine, whatever. That's the story we're telling and all that. But like, I would rather see this happen. Like, have them actually have matches with like DIY or Motor City Machine Guns, who are also not on the show, mind you, or Fraxium and all that. Like, show that miscommunication. Besides the one time that they have a tag match when they're tag title match, where it's like, oh, who should start? Oh, blah, 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 and they start having like a little bit of an argument. Like, show me more of that instead of telling me that there's drama. Like, that makes for a more compelling story when I see it happen rather than it just be told to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. What are your thoughts on these quick fire segments? Because really, that's my thing. I mean, you could, if you want to know our thoughts about the women's U.S. title picture, go see last week's show when we went on a bit of a 5-minute rant about how Julia deserves better. I don't want to repeat any of that stuff because
Yeah, it's
she
not worth
really
it.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, so
yeah.
my thoughts on all this when it comes to the Julia and BFAB stuff, I mean, I'm really wondering when things are going to be kicking into gear with Julia, because it's like I said last week, and I'm not going to dive too into it because, you know, like Watkins said, it's copy and paste. Just go and find the timestamp. It's there. You can hear the exact same conversation, but it's like, when is things are really going to start kicking into gear with Julia's title reign at Women's U.S. Champion? Like, a lot of people are saying that was the perfect woman to have it. She could elevate it, which honestly, looking at it at paper, she probably could. But it's the fact that, okay, her and BFAB are going to have a match, and then there's a pre-match beatdown, and then Michin comes for the save. And I did have a little take out against her creative, in terms of why, like, we bring up the word vortex a lot on this channel in terms of certain things. Why is, like, Michin, like, stuck in the U.S. title vortex? It seems like that's the only direction for her character. She can't really add any value to it. I mean, fuck, if they really wanted to. You got this AJ Styles story currently going on Monday Night Raw. You could easily include Michin in there as well. Like, that's something that you could easily do if you really want to elevate her and have her do something a little bit different outside of this U.S. title, because it's almost been a year since she was competing for it for the very first time at that Saturday Night's Main Event in December, and you still have her involved with the exact same thing. Like, that's just crazy to me, knowing how somebody that you started to have, like, the first two contenders for the title of her and Chelsea is obviously doing her own thing. Like Watkins brought up, you know, talking about the tag titles and everything, so she moved on from that. Michin's just stuck here, and I'm not gonna, like, go back and forth as much as I have, but it's like we really need to start switching things up, because it just, honestly, the best way to explain it, you've seen me you know, doze off here and there throughout the stream. That's basically, like, my explanation in terms of how I feel about this the women's US title division on SmackDown. And, like, there really isn't any needles pushing. Like, the way that you see me throughout the stream a little bit, that's how I feel. Like, it just puts me to sleep in a way where it's like, okay, I'm watching the same thing on repeat anymore. Like, there's a lot of games out there that you could play that have good replayability, and then there's some games that don't. It's like you play it for the first time and then you're done. It honestly seems like it ran its course, and it also brings up a good conversation that me and Watkins had when these titles were in the topic of conversation, when we were really pushing for mid-card titles, for them to just have one. Just two is not cutting it. The way that they're doing the IC title for the ladies is fantastic. It's finally the way it is. What's going on here? And then the thing about the Wyatts too, you know, diving into that and moving on from the previous conversation, you need to show us these kind of things so we can engage with it, not tell us. It's kind of like someone walking up to you and saying, "Oh, this and that happened. Okay, how did we get there? What's the starting point? What's the destination? How are we going to see this story evolve on television if it's not being presented to us?" It's just, I don't get me wrong, I like vignettes, but sometimes I feel like they use it as, like, a little excuse to, like, just put things in there just to, like, take up some time. And then, I mean, sometimes it doesn't hurt to come out with a mic. That's honestly could be more effective than just a little vignette. And Aleister Black.
Like,
yeah, you could go what you were saying. I mean, I wasn't really gonna say much about Aleister Black and Priest. I mean, just let's see what's going with this. Like, that's another thing. a lot of these quick fire segments that we're talking about here is, like, more questions and answers. It's like, okay, what's the next move? It's kind of like you're playing chess. Like, what's the next move?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I guess this kind of transitions into our final thoughts with, that idea of those vignettes. I mean, you look at that Lesnar Cena one we got earlier
Yeah, that
tonight.
was good.
Why couldn't Lesnar like point out some of that stuff before getting interrupted by R-Truth? Like,
Yeah.
why couldn't he point out like, hey, hey, we both went up through OVW together, but look who kind of came out more on top with that. And yeah, I left for a little bit, but when I came back, did I come back? And do you remember, John? Do you remember 11 years ago when I absolutely destroyed you? Like, we couldn't get something like that from Brock tonight. Instead, we had to have it be told to us. And again, like, it's nothing against like the actual production of these products and all that. Again, the matches we got tonight were really good. The segment with Brock and R-Truth was very entertaining. The vignette we got of Brock and John was really good. It's just the fact that a lot of it kind of just almost amounted to nothing when you think of the grand scheme of things. It's just like, okay, the money match is John versus Brock. You guys are going to watch that. You guys are going to see that. That's basically it. That's all your build. That's all you get. Like, you just want to see Brock and John fight again, don't you? That's all you want, right? Well, you're gonna get it. Oh, story behind it? Nah, don't worry about that. It's fine. It's John versus Brock. Do you need anything more than that? It's just like, well, yes and no. Because I get the business mindset where it's just like, okay, these two are money. They are the reason that you're going to be watching the pay-per-view and watching the event and attending the event if you're attending it and all that.
Yeah.
But like, you got to give us more. You got to make us feel
care.
like our money's worth it. Yeah.
I want to care about everything that's currently going on. Like, you're not giving me like anything to sink my teeth into. Like, sometimes like you get in the mood to have like a good steak with like mashed potatoes, maybe peas or corn or whatever the case may be, whatever your choice of vegetable. You kind of want to sit down and enjoy like a nice meal. But you need like things to get there. You need to make sure the steak is cooked right and everything else is in order. Yeah. I kind of want this with like when it comes to like the main event scene, when it comes to these engaging storylines, like, look what they're doing at CM Punk and AJ Lee and Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. That's engaging television. And Cody and Drew could be engaging television, but obviously there's other things that happen because of the whole Street Fighter thing. But you get what I mean. Typically, considering those two have history, knowing if they had room and they didn't have nothing going on, I'm pretty sure they could tell a really good story with that. The thing with like Brock Lesnar, and this is just a problem that I have with the creative with them. It's like, he never really plays his part in terms of like selling whatever match he's in. It's normally like the other guy doing it. Mm-hmm. Like I mentioned before, the like Cody carrying the match and telling the story and everything. And I was actually going to bring up R-Truth earlier. I forgot, but since we were talking about the video package and everything, I agree with what you said, by the way. Just incorporate that in the story so people actually can get to a personal level and understand exactly where we are here. But it's like the thing of R-Truth that I was going to mention, since we're on that topic of conversation, I still remember when R-Truth came back, he had that interesting character change and everything. And then all of a sudden that just, poof, it just went away. I don't understand. It's like, okay, I'm going up towards you. I'm not afraid of you anymore. But it's like, you can't always pull the comedy card with everything. Like, you have to have it marinate, and when it happens, it hits. But I mean, you don't have much time left for this match, so it's like, what are you gonna do? Like, obviously, I expect John to say stuff because he's that kind of guy. But I don't know. It's just very off-putting. It's like, there's a lot of things you can work with. There's a lot of things these people say, but you never put it into consideration when you're trying to build these matches. Like, Unreal really opened up a lot of eyes.
It kind of did, as whatever truth is behind that and all that.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of opened some eyes on how their creative is. And I mean, I don't know, man. Just recently too, and I mean, just today with like some other news that came out. Besides the Saudi thing, I mean, there was news about like how they plan on with like ticket prices, for example, was brought up, and how they're going to be continuing to hike up ticket prices. And I mean, in one of the interviews, we found out, I think this was Mark Shapiro that made this comment. It was during some like financial call with everything. He had stated that Vince McMahon's idea for like pricing and all that was more family based, whereas now they're very much focused on how the UFC runs things.
Yeah.
And it's like, these are two completely different products. Like with UFC and boxing and all that, those are real fights. Like you're actually going to those events to see two men or two women like kind of fuck each other up, with lack of a better, an artwork kind of thing. It's literally going to the theater. It's that episode of South Park where they literally have like the opera theater going on and all. Like that is what WWE and professional wrestling is. Whether you like to admit it or not, it is a theater production play.
Yeah.
Like, and as much as they want to make it more sports based and all that, or like sports centric, I get that, and I like that approach and all that, but you can't have your ticket prices reflect that, and especially for this is the product we're getting from it. Like again, when you're at the live shows, it's a whole different energy. I get that, I understand that, like, and honestly, I'm sorry. I feel bad for like having to like always preface my thoughts with all that, but you kind of have to in this day and age. But as much fun as you have at the live show, sitting at home watching it on TV is kind of a bad experience.
Especially with
because you have nights. Oh yeah, with the whole running back thing, but like. Again, unless you're with people watching and all that, but like even still, it's just like, can we just do something more? And like, there's always these stories about like, oh, WWE's trying to counter program AEW. It's just like, how you counter program? You make a better product, not just like going on the same day as people. Yeah, I get that part of it, but like instead of doing that, how about also trying?
Yeah.
I mean, like, especially when it comes to SmackDown, like, at least Raw tries.
Yeah, that works because it's like, I mean, if you're putting on better television, better matches, better storylines, etc., so on, I mean, you're golden. You're golden there. Like you got to look at what they're doing and you got to make it better. That's why we mentioned before, like I think early summer or whatever, when it came to WWE, if AEW could have easily looked at that and just ran things even harder in terms of what they were doing with their product at the time. I mean, it's just an easy thing. You don't always have to play it safe. That's the thing. They play it way too safe right now, and I know we're not the only content creators that are saying this, because there's other ones that I've heard of that said the exact same phrase, where they play it way too safe. They're comfortable in the position that they're currently in right now in terms of money or whatever it is. And they just do whatever because it works and that's it. But I mean, sometimes you got to take risks in order to make things better.
Yeah. And I mean, in the short term, it's going to be great for them. But in the long term, like people aren't going to be able to afford these. Like you're going to end up having empty seats in your arenas unless you actually like kind of start looking at your product, be like, okay, we need to make people feel like there's a reason to be at these shows and all that. But I don't know. We could spend hours ranting about it and all that. Like overall with SmackDown, it was a decent show. Like the matches we got, like the actual matches we got were pretty good. Sami versus Rey Fenix, Jade versus Tiffy, and of course Drew versus Randy. All great matches and all that. Highly recommend going back to watch those matches too, just to kind of get the full concept of it. Because again, could go blow for blow for all of these, but I personally would feel like I would do it a injustice for the quality of what they brought in. So just more matches like that, please. Like
Yeah.
that pulls me in. You know, as much as the promos do and all that, give me some high quality matches on the weekly, and you've got a good product.
Yeah,
So
give my thoughts as well. I mean, just try to do better, try to push the needle a little bit more. Don't be afraid to take risk and everything, because sometimes you take risks, it could pay off. It could, do some really good things. And I mean, you just gotta make sure you know what you're doing with the ball. If you want to play basketball, you gotta make sure you play and you could get it through the basket. You gotta make sure you're playing your cards right so you could win the game. I mean, I will say I am happy that Cody's back, so I'll include that in my final thoughts, because that's definitely going to help a lot in terms of SmackDown watchability. Because I was looking at the show tonight and I was like, outside of that Brock segment earlier that we needed to really sell the Cena match, I didn't really know what else that had like substance throughout the show that I could be like, hey, look at that. Because CM Punk and AJ Lee and Seth and Becky, they're on Raw. But now that Cody's back, he can help out a little bit. Randy can intertwine at it. Now it can get more interesting and stuff. So, I mean, that's a plus. Cody's a plus. Matches tonight, Sami Zayn, I do like this with Sami Zayn's doing a really good job as U.S. champion. It can help elevate a lot of people. Obviously, Ray Phoenix, he did that. Mello, I'm hoping he gets his chance. Feel like there's some big plans for Mello coming soon, finally, so I am happy for that. The women's title match, hopefully we could figure out what we're doing here, because I mean, it looks like it's going for a triple threat. I don't know why, but that seems to be the case. But hopefully we could, put that to bed soon and figure out what we're doing moving forward. But yeah, just do better.
Yeah, and I think one last caveat before hitting the outro and all that. You could kind of tell Triple H wasn't there because he's currently right now at Worlds Collide. There's a video with him, Sean, meeting up with the Undertaker and all that. So they're currently in Vegas right now instead of Norfolk, Virginia. You could kind of tell Triple H was not there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, everybody, but what was that?
The show's still going on too.
Oh yeah, it is. I'm probably gonna catch that on my own time and all that. Pulling for Dom, I really want Dom to win that AAA Mega Championship. He is very much over down there with AAA. So yeah, give him that Mega Championship and all that. But you know what? We'll talk about that maybe next week when Grappling with the Week comes back and all that. So we'll leave it there, everybody. So quick plugs, I guess. So you can see on your screen a bunch of handles like AniMa W3 Studio, Drop This Box, Legend D Vash, Watkins MW. Those are all of our handles for social media, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, which we are uploading clips now and uploading some fun things onto social media and all that, so be sure to check all those out. We're known as Weebs of the Ring on those social media sites, so make sure you follow us there, and of course use the hashtag Weebs of the Ring to interact with us before, during, or after these shows, because hey, that's a great way to talk with us, great way to see how the conversation's going, and a great way to give us feedback, because hey, we're nothing with you guys tuning in to the show. So thank you once again for taking time out of your day to listen to the Weebs of the Ring podcast. Again, follow us on all those social media accounts, use the hashtag and all that stuff. Let us know what your thoughts are on these shows going on. Thank you to our production team for all their hard work, for making sure that this show goes on the way that it does. Thank you once again for joining us. And remember, as always, no stunned grannies were harmed in the recording of this podcast. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. I promise I will get better at the guitar for next time. And we'll see you on Monday for Monday Night Raw.
It'd be a good one. See you guys then. Have a good night.